Hey guys, welcome back to AA Farms and welcome back to our Erlengrat Let's Play series. So, we are currently just picking up some of the rest of the hay from that field we tedded last episode. We're taking it over to our hay pile at the moment. Next job we're going to do is we're going to get stuck into seeding some wheat in this field here. So in preparation for our chickens and in preparation for gathering straw for TMR. So the other thing we'll need to work on as well is getting our silage back up to capacity, because obviously we had to sell all of it because we were getting low on funds. So that'll be a project as well. But I think the most important thing is, at the moment, is get these chickens underway so we can get some eggs to sell, and then we've got somewhere for our wheat to go, because we can sell the wheat directly, but it's only about $1,000 per 1,000 litres is like the max price, whereas eggs can get anywhere up to about $5,000 per 1,000 litres. So you basically get like a 3 to 4 times return for the input, which is wheat. So definitely worthwhile going down that path. So this is how we drop it. This is how I'm getting these piles. You've got to kind of drive forward, drop some off, and then you can drive up the pile a little bit, and then it drops off a little bit more. The only downside with this method is it does take up a fair bit of space, but the upside is you don't need to invest in a hay loft. So let's have a look at that pile actually. So what have we got? Probably about 5 trailer loads, maybe 6. So that's 40,000 litres each. So a fair amount of hay there, which is good. Alright, so let's go and switch to our seeder. I've got to turn seasons off. So I think I am going to turn seasons off altogether, just because I want to be able to speed up this harvesting cycle. And what else I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this front blade off. Alright, so into the menu. Okay, so we want to go down to game settings, I believe. So, yeah, seasonal growth. No. So then that removes the seasonal menu from our UI. Right, so what have we got? We've got wheat on board. So let's unfold here. So what I'll do is I'll do a headland strip first, just so we've got sufficient room to turn around. And there's a little bit of remaining hay there, which I'm not too worried about. So now we've got 100% fertilised wheat. Now because this is already a field, but we just planted grass in it, it's still treated in-game as a field. So whenever we want to replant with a different crop, as you can see here, it's straight away not an issue. So I just want to make sure this guy doesn't go into the adjacent field. Okay, all good. So what we'll do is we'll flick this guy around, get him going north-south now, and we shouldn't have any issues with running into stuff. So I am overlapping a little bit here, not too worried about that. It's only gonna seed the section of field that we can see there. Alright, so this is going to be fantastic. So let's have a look in our used vehicles. So I think we're still on the same. We do have a trailer. Okay, so this trailer actually might be handy for... So what have we got? 16,000. Because we are going to need a small trailer for the harvester. So is this a back? Oh yeah, it's got a grain door. So actually I'm going to buy that. So we need a trailer to transport the grain when we harvest it. So yeah, this will carry basically everything in game, as you can see down there. And then we've got our bale trailer ready to go for the future. So the wheat's probably going to take about 4 days to sort out. Okay, let's get this guy hooked up with the tedder. No, actually, we're going to do some grass silage. So we've got a field of cut grass on 19. So we'll windrow that. We'll collect the grass and then we'll start filling the silage bunker back up. So we've got silage on hand for TMR. Okay, that windrow is having a rough one. So let's unfold that, see if it can sort itself out. Looks to be okay. Now if I had a third tractor, I'd probably start cutting the grass on field 20 where the cows are. But that's going to be something we'll look at for the future. But right now we just need to focus on... Let's get that going. Okay, cool. So this is destined for the silage pit. And I think what we'll do with the straw is we will potentially... I'll keep them separated from the hay, but I'll probably just pile it up, I would say, maybe starting from this corner, going that way, just so there's sufficient distance between the two piles, so they don't sort of commingle with each other. And then yeah, our chicken pens are going to go, I'm going to line up a few along here, so I wonder how many I can get. Because I think you can have 8 maximum. Ooh, this one's 5,000 chickens. That'll do 800 chickens. Oh, do we go just the cheap one? I didn't actually realise I had the... So this will do 800 chickens for 40 grand. Where's the egg collection point? Okay, right there. Yep, okay. So it's very similar to the base game one, except it's half the price. So maybe we will utilise this one. So this one will do 400, that'll do 360. The egg position is the same. So what mod is this? Oh, I could do that, eh? This is a chicken coop. Chicken coop with a pasture? So where's the pasture? Oh, maybe they're considered free range chickens. Can't see the fence. Anyway, a couple of different options there. Okay, this is seeding along nicely, so let's jump into the PDA. Yeah, so we're about a third of the way done on field 18, so we've got a little bit to go. Alright, what I'll do is I'll let these guys finish their jobs, and then we'll come back in once they're completed. So we've got our seeder underway, and then we're doing some windrowing. So once that's completed, we'll check back in and we'll go from there. So see you in a few minutes. So our windrowing is done on our grass field, so let's head on back to the farm. We'll switch to the loading wagon shortly and start picking this up. Our work is nearly finished seeding field 18 with wheat, so that is underway, which is great. So what I'm probably going to do, I think, is I'll leave that there. And we'll probably utilise the JCB for the picking up of the windrows, just because it's a little bit more efficient. So there's a tiny little patch of field that I haven't done in this corner, which I'm not too worried about for the moment. Because of the shape of it, it just doesn't... Obviously the workers have a bit of a hard time, so it's going to be interesting to see how much yield we get out of this little patch. We've got the option, we've got a couple of different options for chicken coops that we've talked about, so that's also something else we will endeavour to do, possibly this episode, maybe next episode. See how we go. So the Pottinger seeder is actually pretty good bit of gear there. I mean, the fact that it drills the seed, cultivates the ground, and fertilizes all in one pass is just such a useful process. Let's go grab our loading wagon. Okay, if I can line this up correctly, that'd be a good start. So we do have a fair bit of grass to pick up here, so that'll take a little bit of a while. That'll take a bit of time. So what I'll do is I'll pick up the first load, we'll drop it off into the bunker, and then I will cut the video, come back once I've filled the bunker up, and then we'll go through the compaction process again. Okay, so let's get this guy lined up. So what I like to do is I mix it up. I tend to drive just focusing on keeping the wheels either side of the pile. And usually I just do it from this view, or I'll jump inside and use the center line there, and the GPS on the left hand side in the map. So 360 degrees or 0 degrees indicates that we're going straight in relation to our wheel direction. Obviously it's a little bit harder to see when you're on the side, but it just allows you to just line it up, put cruise control on, obviously it's not a set and forget sort of thing. You've still got to check your steering inputs occasionally. So I don't think I rolled this field this time. I think this is basically just a straight 50% fertilization. So we're going to probably end up with, how many rows have we got? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Looks like we're getting probably 40,000 litres out of 1.5 rows. So if we get we might get 120,000 litres of grass silage. So this is about to fill up, so that is full. So what I'll do for the first run is I'll drive on through. So we'll go about here. And just sort of spread it out nice and evenly. obviously we don't want to get stuck as well. And I've got some chaff there I need to pick up just on the outside of the bunker. So basically when the grass goes in there, it's now considered chaff. So it changes texture slightly. So you can see it's got the same texture as that stuff. Whereas the cut grass, which we don't have any in front of us, but has a slightly different in-game texture to sort of show that it is changed from one state to another. We can drive on the field because we haven't got crop destruction turned off, and there's nothing planted and growing yet. So, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the rest of this silage, and every time I get a load ready, I'll come back in with the video, and we'll do the drop off. So, see you in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Alright, here we go, load number 2, so that didn't take very long at all. So you can definitely feel the weight in it with this tractor. This tractor's maintenance is also becoming a bit of a problem as well, because it's got 37 hours on it. I mean, it only cost me $3,000 or whatever to fix each time, but it is appearing to me like it's requiring a lot more maintenance than I'm used to with other used vehicles. So let's see if we can get this wagon. Yeah, that'll do. I don't want to get this stuck. I've been stuck so many times already. I don't want to have that issue again. Alright, load number 2. So let's go get load number 3. So that's 120,000, no, that's 80,000 litres in the bunker so far. So we should get a pretty full bunker here, to be fair. Okay, let's get this back on and underway. And hopefully the silage will be ready basically when the wheat is ready, so that'll be ideal. So this is load number 3. I'll come back in once we're full, and we'll see how much we get. Stay tuned. Alright, here we go, load number 3. So it's only taken me about probably 2 to 3 minutes to get each load. So it's not taking me too long, which is good. Obviously I'm cutting them out because, you know, there's only so many times you can see a forage wagon pick up grass row by row. Okay, so let's get this guy lined up. Now the reason why I cut the video instead of doing a time lapse is because on the PS5, well, basically on YouTube Studio to be more accurate, you don't have the ability to time lapse. You have the ability to cut sections of videos out. So I basically just take advantage of the in-house editing tools within YouTube, and I don't edit videos in a professional program. So basically everything you see is recorded on the PS5 and edited in YouTube. There's no software involved other than that. So reason being is because I don't really want to spend hours and hours editing videos. I'd just much rather sort of play the game and make content at the same time, and then utilize the cut feature to cut out the sort of boring, maybe the boring sections, or the sections where I'm having an issue, where I need to sort of fix things on the fly, because I feel like that's a little bit more entertaining for an episode. Otherwise an episode might be, you know, an hour long, and half an hour or 20 minutes of the episode is me just driving up and back picking up windrows, which is fine, it's part of the game, but just for a let's play I feel like it's a little bit better just to sort of cut that out, move on to the next job, sort of condense a bit more into each episode as we go through. I mean, the time lapsing would be cool because it sort of speeds up time, but it's just a bit of a limitation with YouTube currently. I'm sure they've got plans to sort of, you know, expand their editing suite over time, because I've been using YouTube for various other things for years and years, but I'm just trying to keep my content creation processes, basically keep it as simple as possible. So I don't have a lot of fancy equipment. Basically just got the PS5, a computer, and that's all we need really. Alright, let's pick up this last little bit here. So what have we got? We've got a little row on the left here, and we'll probably have half of a row here, which is fine. Okay, so we're done. So we're actually getting 44,000 litres, so we're actually getting a bit more each time rather than, because I was rounding down to the 40s, but it's actually 44, so we're actually getting, I don't know what percentage that is, but a reasonable amount each load. So once we do this drop off, we'll check the fill level. So I'm going to straighten this guy up so I don't get stuck, because that's the last thing I want at this stage. Okay. Because what I'll do is I'll just move the level around as required when we come to compact it. Cool, that went nice and smoothly. Alright, what I'll do is I'll pick up this last little bit of grass here, and then we'll come back and then we'll look at our compaction process. So see you in a couple of minutes. Alright, we are done with that task. So we picked up 23,000 litres in this load. So a little bit less than a full load. Let's turn this off so we can go a bit faster. God, these tractors need a bit of a clean. They're very, very dirty. So you can turn off the mud and the dirt feature if you want. I tend to leave it on because I quite like it. And then you get to clean them with the pressure washer. So there's a couple of mods out there that gives you a couple of different options for cleaning. But the base game one is just the Karcher handheld. It's got a 5-meter hose. You park your vehicle close to the washer, and then you can obviously wash the vehicle. There is a wireless mod. So when I say wireless, you can basically just consider it like a hand tool. So you can do it anywhere at any time, which is pretty handy as well. Alright, let's check this fill level. So we are sitting at about 199,000, so that's actually pretty good. So what I'm thinking is we may cut a section of this field, because obviously we've got the field there, so we might as well utilize it. What I probably will do is I'll section off part of this field with either some dirt texture or something, maybe from here, just to prevent the mower from going into the hay pile and ruining that. Obviously we missed a little bit there, but that's fine. And then we're going to sort out our chicken pens along the back here. So as we build those out, and we also need to look at getting a combine. So we've got a trailer that we purchased. So we've got this trailer here, the Rudolph, and we've got the bale trailer that we picked up used. So that's going to be for transporting our grain. Now the chicken coop comes with a grain silo attached, so we'll be able to fill that up with our crop yield, so that'll solve the storage problem. The straw we're going to collect and place on the ground, probably in this corner, just a nice distance away from here, so it's out of the way. And then that's going to form our basis for TMR. So we've got hay, straw, and silage. And then we'll also need to get some mineral feed, which is available from the shop. So if we go into big bag pallets, it should be, actually it's probably on pallets actually, so I think it is Schumann mineral feed. Yeah. We've also got silage additive, so maybe we should look to add that to our forage wagon for when we're picking up. The other thing we're probably going to need in the future is a telehandler. So we're going to need a telehandler to start moving these pallets around. And also when we have our eggs producing from the chicken coop, we're also going to need to be able to move them. And we can utilize, actually, now that I think about it, the bale trailer that we purchased. So it is designed purely for bales, but you can load other items onto it. So in our case, it'll be egg pallets. So that'll help fill the need for transportation with that. So we just got to be, yeah, we're on a pretty good path here. We just got to make sure that we manage our cash correctly. Start selling those eggs. Keep topping up our TMR mix, and then that'll produce, our cows will start to produce more milk, which we can sell. They'll become more productive. They'll start reproducing. So we'll end up with more cows. So we'll start to gain a bit of momentum back that we sort of lost before. So interesting times ahead. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you liked the video, leave a like on it. Any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll try and get back to as many as I can. But I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.